What is up everyone, today we are taking a look at a little different type of gun, the PKM light machine gun. So far I've only done ARs, SMGs and some snipers, but never an LMG. I always had the feeling that they weren't viable in Warzone because of the slow ADS speed and low mobility. So today I decided to go over the PKM LMG. I have made a class setup that makes the PKM very good in Warzone, and I actually do think it isn't even that bad of a choice. But before we get into the class setup, if you enjoy these class setup videos, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel, and let's continue. For my first attachment, I am using the monolithic suppressor for sound suppression, being invisible on the map, and for more damage range. The range on an LMG is already pretty solid, but with some more damage range, it will be able to compete with certain snipers. My second attachment is the 25.9 inch heavy barrel for an increase in damage range and bullet velocity. It will decrease the ADS speed a little and overall mobility, but if you want to have a very mobile weapon, the LMG will not be the best choice in the game. Next up is the VLK 3x optic. The VLK is a great mid-range scope that is useful in every scenario. It does decrease the ADS speed a bit, but not by that much. The VLK has a clean scope and it is, in my opinion, the best option for any LMG. For my next attachment, I'm using the Snatch Grip. This will increase the recoil control and ADS speed. All of the previous attachments decreased mobility and ADS speed while buffing the range. So now I want to get as much ADS speed back without giving up on the range. And finally, the stippled grip tape for even more ADS speed and some sprint to fire speed. This will enhance the mobility quite a bit and will make the PKM feel a little better in your hands. So now, we created a very versatile weapon that might not be the greatest from very close due to the lack of mobility. I found it not that bad, but I think I found a solution to that problem. I'm using the Renetti's Akimbo style as my secondary. Handguns have a very high mobility and sprint speed, so every time I need to run or have close range fights, I will switch to my Renetti's. Switching back from my Renetti to the PKM takes some time, but with the help of the amped perk, it is very quick. If you don't like the Akimbo handguns, you could also just run overkill and use the SMG as a secondary weapon. I think this PKM is a really strong and steady weapon, and I think it does have a place in the Warzone, so don't be put off by LMGs as a whole class. With some tweaks and a little different approach in the battlefield, they wreak havoc. From mid-range against multiple enemies, a PKM will absolutely wreck and destroy most of your opponents in a heartbeat. Try this particular PKM class setup and let me know in the comments if you like it or not. I enjoyed it and it was pretty good in my opinion. It might not be as good as a few top tier weapons, but still a good choice for Warzone. If you enjoyed this PKM class setup video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.